A very good morning to you. It's a Tuesday. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, today is a very special day. The South African Astronomical Observatory celebrates 200 years of existence as an astronomical observatory. Now, the Royal Observatory Cape of Good Hope was founded on the 20th of October 1820 and is the oldest scientific institution in the country. Now, as part of these celebrations, they have a film coming out called Rising Star, a South African astronomy journey. And here's a quick sneak peek. Oh, proudly South African. Now, science engagement astronomer from the observatory, Dr. Daniel Cullmer, joins us to tell us more about the film and their planned celebrations. Man, what a moment this is. Firstly, I don't think you've ever worn a full suit for one of our interviews, so this is a very special occasion.
No, yeah, it's a big day, man. It's 200 years.
Oh,
it's
my
worth putting a suit on for.
2 centuries. So let's start from the beginning. I mean, it was controlled by the British Admiralty and now to becoming South African Astronomical Observatory. Take us through the evolution of this institution and the evolution of the facility over the years.
Yeah, so I mean, as you can imagine, 200 years it's a long time and a lot changes.
Yeah.
It was first established by the British Admiralty, as you said, to improve navigation. So when ships were coming past Cape Town, they needed accurate time so they could navigate with longitude. And then it sort of, over the years, transformed into more of a research observatory. You know, we did some of the first measurements to a star, calculated the shape of the Earth, distance to the Sun. So really some major discoveries were made over the years. And then in recent decades, you know, transformed to this world-class observatory, with SALT coming along in 2005, one of the biggest telescopes in the world, biggest optical telescopes in the world, and you know, just groundbreaking science coming from SALT.
Oh,
and now recently with, you know, sort of stimulating more astronomical growth in the country with Meerkat and SKA coming.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, the 200 years of astronomy in South Africa, it's changed so much, and really it's like an amazing transformation.
And now we have the world looking at us as leaders in the field and major contributors. Now, you've mentioned just a few of those contributions, but what would you say were some of the most important contributions made by the institution over the years?
Yeah, so I mean, the measurement of the first distance to a star was major. You know, when the observatory was established, we didn't know how close the Sun was, you know, how close other stars were. We had sort of ideas of how we could measure it, but it had never been done before, and it took very, very precise calculations to do so.
Yeah.
We also did the first photographic sky survey here. Wow. So, you know, once photography became sensitive enough to actually take photos of the stars, instead of just measuring the positions of stars every night and seeing if they had changed, you could actually take a photograph and measure thousands of stars all at the same time, which was groundbreaking. And, you know, it really, like, sped up the whole astronomy research.
Yeah. And another honor that's now been bestowed on the organization in 2018, in fact. The South African Heritage Resources Agency officially declared SAAO as a heritage site, and today will be, is it the virtual unveiling of SAAO as such. Tell me about the importance of this and what will happen during this unveiling ceremony.
Yeah, so I mean, this was a major achievement. To be declared a national heritage site, as a sort of active institution, you know, we're still working there every day.
Exactly, yes.
It's incredible, and it sort of recognises this scientific heritage that we've developed over the last 200 years.
Yeah.
So today we will be having the unveiling of the national heritage site, which is unfortunately virtual. We can't really have a big party in these times, but still, so we'll have addresses by the Minister of Arts and Culture, and Nkosinati Mthethwa, and also the Minister of Science and Innovation, Blade Nzimande. So they'll be addressing us. We'll have, you know, we'll try and make it a sort of entertaining, at least as entertaining as Expresso. Yeah, so that'll be running from 10 till 12 this morning.
Excellent.
And you can find it online and join the celebrations.
That certainly explains the suit. It's a very
exactly.
official day. And the very South African socks. Just check them out. Very proudly South African. But also, Rising Star, a South African astronomy journey. This is, it puts the biggest smile on my face, not least of all the fact that I have had the honor of being part of this project. And I look at that poster that you brought with you, and it's an incredible thing. But tell people about it. What is this story and this film all about? And where and when can people expect to see it?
Yeah, so the idea behind the film was basically to try and raise the profile of South African astronomy. You know, there's so much to be proud of. Salt, meerkat, just this heritage we've had over the many years we've been doing astronomy. And more than that, the sort of cultural heritage, the relationship that, you know, South African and African people have with the stars. And to try and sort of tell that story and get people excited about what's going on in South Africa. You know, these telescopes, they're distant. Like, they're in Sutherland, they're in Carnarvon, they're away from people, and they have to be for us to do good astronomy.
Yeah.
But what that means is that people can't access them very easily. So what we can do with the planetarium film, what we've done here, is we can take you there. And I mean, the footage you see, we can take, like, you know, take you on a drone flight over Sutherland, and you can really experience what it's like to be there.
Wow.
And I think that it's, you know, it'll really excite people about, South Africans about the astronomy we're doing here.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And is it going to be available for the public to see?
Yes, so...
Enjoy? How? When?
So from the beginning of November, the 3rd of November, it'll be available at the Zico Planetarium and Digital Dome here in Cape Town. It'll also be available at the small Sutherland Planetarium and Naval Hill in Bloemfontein. And then it'll be freely distributed around the world. There's over 4,000 planetaria around the world.
That are going to hear the South African story.
In your voice. So, yeah,
Wow,
so it's
phenomenal.
It's pretty cool.
Thank you very much for having me involved in that. It is such an honor indeed. So what is the future of the observatory? What are you looking at, let's say, cast your mind to the next 200 years?
Yeah, well, I mean, so astronomy is growing in leaps and bounds, and, you know, we're getting these bigger telescopes all the time. They can take more and more data, and, you know, South Africa's part of that. So we're adapting SALT, we're upgrading SALT to try and follow up on these many targets which are getting observed every night. Meerkat and SKA are really going to be at the forefront of groundbreaking science.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, we can take a bet. I bet in the next 20 years we'll get a Nobel Prize coming out of South African science.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yes, you called it.
Okay.
We will rewind the tapes 20 years from now.
It's on record.
Yeah, Dan, to you and your team, congratulations on this wonderful achievement, and of course, you know, the legacy of people that have been involved in making the institution what it is over the past years. This certainly bodes well for the future of astronomy, not just in South Africa, but on the entire African continent, and may this inspire every single one of us out there to just continue to pursue our best.
So I just want to say one more thing before we go.
Yeah.
One of the things we feel really strongly about at the observatory is reaching the public. So, you know, we're having this unveiling, and it'll be open to the public, and we've got this film, which is a great way of reaching the public.
Yeah.
But this week we're also running various Astrofest events.
Okay.
So we were going to have a large public astronomy festival. We can't do that. So now we've got public talks, workshops, lectures, which are running throughout the week.
Yes.
You can find out all the details on our social media or website. You know, tonight we've got a talk by one of the NASA engineers. On Friday night, there's a party, star party, with Master KG.
Hey! So everyone's going to be Jerusalem-ing, at least
absolutely,
at home.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll do some live stargazing, we'll have some Master KG. So we're really trying to reach as many people as possible and get them excited about astronomy. So.
Well, there's so much to be excited about. 200 years of celebration. So if you'd like to catch up with what's going on social media, check out at SAAO News. Also, for the unveiling live stream, check out www.saao.ac.za/SAAO200. And for the virtual festival, check out astrofest.saao.ac.za. I've said that so many times. Let's try that again. astrofest.swao.ac.za. Let's head over to the kitchen.